Hello and welcome, and this is a video I thought I'd never have to make. Not yet anyway. It's too soon. It's gone. I'm sad, terribly sad, and I don't know how I'm going to cope with the loss. It's just too much to bear. The anguish, the agony. I don't know. I'm just lost. Totally lost. So what's this video about anyway? Well, after all this time, the trusty soldering iron has given up the ghost. It has decided to cease to be. Basically, it's died. And yeah, okay, you think, well, soldering irons burn out all the time. Yes, they do, but I wasn't expecting this one to go. And when does it go? Right before you try and do a job. Isn't that always the way? You're going to do a job and the soldering iron doesn't work. On the bench, what we have is actually two of these soldering irons, and it's a Weller and it's a TCP iron, temperature controlled iron. It's quite an ingenious piece of kit, but unfortunately my one is dead and my spares are dead too, because I didn't replace them at the time. So let's go through what we've got. Well, we've got the cable assembly with the handle, with the mounting plastic. And as with everything from Weller, they date code everything. So this is 20th of March 1993. I think that one says, yep, that one's a 3. If we then go through in order, here we have the switch assembly. Here we have the actual heating elements. Here we have a barrel. And here we have a tip. And they go together quite simply. This goes in there, which goes on there and screws tight-ish like this. This goes in here. This goes all along here. And the whole lot wedges into the handle like that. So all you see is this part from the element out. So what in this case has actually failed? Well, in this case, the heating element has actually failed, and I'm just taking this back apart again. And so had my spare one, so that sort of negated any repairs I could do. By the time you see this video, hopefully the new one will have arrived. I'm actually filming this at 3 minutes past 1 on Monday morning, and yes, it's been one of those days. I've had the neighbour drilling holes in the wall, so I couldn't make the video earlier. The soldering iron might not have died earlier. One of those things. Hey, who knows? But yeah, so it's there. I've just put the order in, and that should be dispatched today. They say 1 or 2 days by carrier, so I should get it by Wednesday. Let's go through these bits anyway. As I've said, this is the switch. This is the heating element barrel. So the heating element is the bit that gets the voltage, gets hot. Nice and simple. There's 2 wires going into the element. It gets hot. Woohoo, everything's great. Now, why would you need a switch? And, why are the tips removable and what's so special about them? Yeah, why do you need a switch? Well, the switch actually turns the element on and off. And the way it does that is quite ingenious. These are magnetic and these are magnets. And when you mount them together, you might not hear it, but there is a distinctive click as the magnet pulls the switch and makes the contact to keep the element going. So as you see, when these are together and it's cold, and bearing in mind this is cold because there's no heat on this element, you're getting effectively a dead short, a closed switch. It's as if the switch is closed and it says, okay, yes, Mr. Element, get hot. So the element gets hot and the heat comes up and it keeps building up and it builds up until all of a sudden something tells it to switch off. Now with a Weller and the temperature controlled, it's actually this switch. But if this doesn't move and this doesn't move, how does it do it? Well, it's magnetic. And as it heats up, this loses its magnetism. The end of the tip loses its magnetism, which then lets the switch open. It's the same as it, being pulled away. So what happens there is it switches off the element cools down. The reason these tips are so expensive, because of the magnetic properties of this tip. And on the bottom of each one, they've all got a number in, and that relates to a specific temperature. Now, this is a 7 on this particular tip, which is the favourite temperature I use, 370 Celsius or centigrade. If you want a colder or a hotter iron, you change the number of these. They go up to a 9, which is about 470 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot. I like the 7s because 370 degrees is hot enough and it melts pretty much most solders you come across, especially on vintage equipment. I do have some 8s for when I do have to work on stuff with lead-free soldering, so it's not unusual. So that's what I've ended up doing. I've had to order a new one. So while I'm in mourning, I'm just going to say thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I won't be too sad to work on something else. But until then, I'll wish you all the best, while I cry myself into oblivion at the death of this soldering iron.